What's up, Facebook? Damn. Damn. Cuz. What you finding? Alright. See if I can't muster some of this energy back up. Hopefully I don't get no phone calls. Cause I sure ain't been having none. So, let's get straight down to the business. To the business. And low key before I start doing them reads. I really like these cuffs like that. Damn, I'm always tired, bro. That's some fucked up shit. What the fuck? I don't know why that just made me mad as hell. And I just did it to myself. Alright. We're gonna take a read from the Angel Tarot deck. Every time I get on this bitch, it's some weird ass train in the cut. You know what the fuck? The fuck? The fuck? What? Alright, we're gonna do general basic readings, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Alright, Mother of Fire. You got the 4 of Fire. Alright, so you're attracted to some type of awakening right now. Some type of internal awakening that deals with how you process your thoughts, how you process your mentalities. You feel me? Alright, from the way I see it, you're awakening a side of your a mentality or something. You're awake. Something is being awakened within you. What's this? 11/21. I guess the grade of thoughts you have, the mentality grade you have is being upgraded. You feel me? When I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, it's something to do with passion, and it's something to do with mental processing internally. But from the way it's just changing the grade of thoughts you're having. Take a look. If you're interested in purchasing the tarot deck, please go to www.facebook.com/transitnews and DM on that site. I have like no energy. Anyway, you got the Ace of Cups in reverse, which means you may feel unfulfilled right now, but that's because where you're aiming your energy at, what you're giving your energy away to. You're giving your energy away to things that really don't have no anchor down here. So once you learn how to let that type of shit go, you will be freeing these non-dense forms. You feel me? You'll be releasing that shit. Therefore, it'll free up some of the energy so you can enjoy down here in the physical world. Now, don't get it wrong. Spiritual information never hurt nobody, but the point is, it sure do drain your energy. Wherever the mind goes, the heart follows. Goddamn. All right, I'm done reading these cards. So. I just thought I would just let you down. Wow, I'm starting to yarn. What the fuck? Alright, expect the upgrade on your spiritual hardware. On your spiritual software, goddammit. Alright, let's get into the love reading section. Well, shit, before we get into the love reading, let's read about money. What's going on with the finances? Let's see what's going on with the finances. We're going to use the Deviant Moon Terror deck to see what's up with these. Flimsy as that. Alrighty. Alright, when it comes down to money. Money. Alright. Alright, so when it comes down to money, you're trying to think outside the box. You're trying to think creatively when it comes down to attracting finances. The thing is, the things that you're creatively into right now may cause a little bit of frustration because it's not okay. I think I get it. You're not making much money off of the things that you love to do right now because you got too many distractions. You got too many things. You feel me? You got too many filters. People don't want to hear that shit. You feel me? You too close to people. People can't handle your message. You feel me? So it'd be a good idea to isolate yourself instead of having people around you that don't serve your highest good. If you're supposed to take off doing something in specific, and the only thing that's holding you back is your environment, you can always come back to your environment, but you may not always be able to, you feel me, keep the fire going, the passion burning. You feel me? Sometimes people don't give a fuck about you. They just like what you're doing sometimes. So, therefore, it urges them to reach out and try to steal a piece of, what it is, what it's doing, to utilize a piece of your energy that you're using at the moment to carry out their little tasks and their little things. And the things is, when you don't answer or when you don't respond, they take it as offense because they're looking like, oh, you think you're better than me. You want all that energy for yourself. But in reality, that's hardly the case. Hardly the case. But yeah. Alrighty. When it comes down to finances, yeah, so it might be a little bit difficult to get shit off the ground right now, but it's not that bad. And then what's making it so difficult to get off the ground is because of the environment you're in. The environment you in don't support the type of work you do. You got the 8 of fucking wands in reverse, which means this is not time for wishful thinking. This is not time for what if scenarios. We just came out of a Saturn. We just came out of Saturn energies. You feel me? So this is not time for what ifs and shit like that. This is more time for taking out anything that don't belong. That's how you're going to get to your next level. Removing people, places, and things that does not belong in your zone. That don't belong in your space. In real time, based off of traditions and cultures and lineages, some people will never ever meet. You and your best friend right now could be somebody that would have never met up in any of these lifetimes. Some people was rulers of the West. Some people was peasants from the East. Some people was nobles from the North. Some people was some fucking soldiers from the South. Everybody had different roles to play. We attract like, but there's also instances where some people will have never met. We just live in a reality where they did. It's time for you to start controlling what you do. It's starting. It's time to control. And I wouldn't even say control, but it is time to put a lid on what you're giving away, what you're passing out, who you're helping. You need to know why you're helping. You need to know. All right. So, in order to help people, that's the who. You got to start coming up with reasons why you're helping them, why they need help, do they deserve help. You need to start filtering that shit out so you can start preserving your energy a little bit better. You're attracting a lot of resources right now, which means by default, you're going to be attracting a lot of people that want a piece of that shit. What the universe is trying to do is trying to train you to keep people out your face when they give you this type of success. Because yes, you may be generous, but the universe ain't that damn generous. The universe not giving out free blessings to everybody. If that was the case, everybody would have had wish fulfillment by now. But they don't, do they? No, they don't. The world is working in reverse when it comes down to your relationships and the people that know about you. So the so whatever people thinking about you, they probably not saying nothing good about you right now. The people that's trying to come back to you, if you got people trying to come back to you, these people don't have your highest good in mind. Why? Because the universe put a fucking, well, I wouldn't call it a spell, but they kind of put like this energetic shroud over them when it comes down to you in specific. So it wouldn't be, uh, so they wouldn't be tempted to come towards you based off of how you look or what you're coming up on or what you're doing. You feel me? Only reason why the universe puts so much effort into watching over you in general is because you're probably one of the people who acts like a natural source. You don't alter yourself. You don't let too many things alter you. When you are being altered and tampered with, you start emotionally reacting and shit, which let the universe know, oh wait a minute, we got to keep this person sacred. That's why the spirit guides come and protect you most of the time. It's because regardless of who you are, they don't give a fuck about who you are. It's because your energy is sacred. It's pure. It's unbothered, untampered with. You feel me? Undiluted. Or at least not as diluted. Alright. We're gonna finish up with the finances. So when it comes down to the finances, you're gonna you might have people trying to figure out strategic ways to get back into your life, get back into your good graces, level up relationship, level up statuses when it comes down to you. Why? It's because it's gonna be something. Hmm, Actually, this ain't gonna be nothing you do. This gonna be probably God and the universe collaborating on this one. People is gonna try to strategically figure out a way to come back in your life because they're gonna feel like they hung themselves. You ain't gonna know it. That's the point of the strategy. The strategy is to get back into your good graces without having to own up for anything, without actually having to come clean about anything. And the shit that they might have to come clean about might be something that you could give a fuck less about. But the point stands as these people ain't been doing right by God. These people ain't been doing right by their spirit. And whether you give a fuck or not, remember, the spirit can give a fuck about you. They just care about your energy. So what you think don't matter. What you do with your body matters. How you think is connected to your energy. You feel me? If you always in your natural energy, how you think, you'll always be shaking hands with the universe. You'll always be shaking hands with God because you didn't go too far left field and start trying to use your abilities and your attributes for things that the universe did not create you for. See, that's what people go wrong at. It's not the fact that what you're doing, is why you're doing it. You feel me? If the universe didn't make you for that, then there's no reason to do it. But we kind of get caught up in something that's called like a talent. And it's like a basketball player, right? Most basketball players that was actually meant to be basketball players stayed in the streets. While the second rate, third rate, fourth rate players done went to the NBA and shit. And now you got these less than, you feel me, less than average performing people playing. And y'all know, you probably thinking, well, in high school they was the best of their class. Well, that's because a lot of people was paying attention to them. When they hit their little highlights, people remembered those highlights. But never forget, people still hoop to this day faithfully, and they don't even get paid for that shit. Not to mention, motherfuckers in the NBA, they get injured so easy. They so fragile. Why are they so fragile? If you're an athlete, if you get paid all this extra money to be a valuable athlete, why are you so fragile? Probably, they probably not fragile. They training, they exercise regimen might make them fragile. Yeah, they might look strong because they exercise a lot, but they might be really just fragile because they exercise so much. But shit, that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to put you in a perspective of mine. I'm just trying to put you in a perspective of mine. What you see ain't always what you looking at may not always be what you're getting. Just because somebody made it to the NBA or the NFL, that was their mission to become that. Whole time, most of the time, they families be police officers and lawyers and bakersmen and firefighters and shit, and they want them to, business owners and shit, and they want they sons to follow in their footsteps because that's what their lineage leans towards. But no, this guy wanted to be an athlete. He got injured, ended up having to join the family business anyway. Ended up having to do something that's specific to his lineage skill anyway. That's all you're doing. It don't matter what you are, who you are. You're just reflecting a part of your lineage to whatever field of profession you're doing or field of expertise. Like Barack Obama or John McCain or George W. Bush. Yeah, let's talk about George W. Bush. George W. Alright, let's talk about George W. Bush for a second. George W. Bush, he didn't get up there being Bush. Just Bush. That's exactly what he did. George W. Bush, he went up there in the presidency and he did any other thing any other Bush would have did, any other person from his family would have did. Just because he the president, that don't change. You feel me? How this person operate. They might want to make it seem like it changed, but it don't change it. That's why it's a limit to a term when it comes down to America. Because this is a place that always changes. The land of the free. So if you're gonna be free, that means you can't be trapped into one energy, one ideology, one leadership. Like England. In Britain and shit, you could barely tell the difference, but you could tell the difference between fucking Mexico and Spain and Texas. You feel me? They got things that differentiate themselves because it's a different hierarchy there. You feel me? Puerto Ricans are not Mexicans, but can you go to Britain and tell these motherfuckers? I don't even know. Europe. You feel me? Europe, just all one big blend. Alright, let me shut up. You got the Queen of Swords in reverse, which means you're attracting a lot of people that's trying to fuck up what you got going on. You're attracting people that's frustrated. You're attracting people that might have a smile on their face, but their energy can say otherwise. So kind of beware of that. And see, what it is the fact that they hung themselves. They put themselves in an energy where they feel like they missing out on something. It's not the fact that they necessarily want to be a part of that shit. It's just they can't see you having it. Especially not when they were so close to you once upon a time. They actually feeling like they can't protect themselves from that type of shock. They could always stay away from you. They could go months and years. They could take something to the grave. You feel me when it come down to telling you something, but you running around with your own belief in your head, and then you glow up to be something bigger and better, and work from that, and they don't have no access to that. They wish they could just take it back. They wish they could rewrite it, replan, reschematic, change their heart, whatever. It's all hindsight. That's why they trying to come fuck it up. Because although whatever's on their mind may be hindsight, what you're doing is in the now. So if they come to you in the now, they probably wouldn't even notice, like, whoa, they frustrate you. They bringing their old demons back. They bringing your old demons back. And it's gonna knock you off your seat of power. Well, I'm not gonna say it's going to, but it could potentially knock you off your seat of power. Okay. Which brings us into the love portion. That's enough for the finances. So, moral of the story when it comes down to the finances, kind of watch for new people coming in, old people coming in general. If it's something that you could generally handle yourself, Spirit advise you to handle that shit yourself. And kind of like wait for like a more social setting in the sky. Alright, for the love portion. What's on the mind of the person that you just somehow can't stop thinking about? Or a new love. We're gonna read for new love too, actually. But what's on the mind of the person that can't stop thinking about you? You got the Ace of Wands. So, The way this looks is okay. The way this looks, you got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it's like they feel like they can't really manifest. And it goes a little bit deeper than that. It's not just manifesting. They feel as if their luck ran out. They're not as shiny as they used to be. They're not as special as they used to be. And that shit kind of keeps them up at night. Although people around them may not understand that's what's going on with them. They up at night and they kind of think about this pretty often. That's probably why you see little signs of them in your life. The universe has the universe came full circle on this person. They and it's coming in the form of what they think they could have had, what they believe that they should have did, what could have been really going on. You feel me? They thinking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, basically. They thinking about what they should have done. You feel me? And it's just leaving them feeling unfulfilled overall. What are the people? What are they gonna do? Basically, that's what I'm asking the universe now. So what they plan on doing is they coming back to make things right. You got the justice card upright. They coming back to make things right. Any past conflicts that y'all have, they're gonna see if they can compromise and come to a stable agreement. And the way they're gonna come up with the stable agreement is by laying out everything that went on, things that you may or may not have known about. They want to complete some conversations. They want to complete some gestures. They want to complete some things that they once had on that to-do list that they never actually got around to fulfilling, whether you know about it or not. You got the devil card upright, which means that this whole little image, this whole little picture perfect scenario is really just the devil tempting them, telling them, no, you don't really have to put in that much effort. You don't have to feel the pain. You don't have to feel the agony, even though the point is that you already racked up the bill and you already got to pay it out. There is no escape. That's the point that your person got to understand with this devil card. The devil card is painting them illusions which will actually reignite, you feel me, that flame inside of them. You feel me, that flame inside of them to make them want to come out, put their ego aside, you feel me, blow their phoenix out, reignite it with something new, and then they're gonna come rushing back in. Really. That's crazy. I should have did that. Where the fuck my go? Hold on. The thing I want to go through is the hair interface syndrome. Whoa. See that possession shit. Oh shit. Man, it's still a rubber band. Wow. This motherfucker gonna pop right back out. Yeah, she right. Yeah. Alright. Let's try that shit like that. Alright, but yeah. So your person gonna come back to make things right. They gonna come and try to make a mutual agreement between you and them. The devil is basically painting it out as it's gonna be a perfect picture that's gonna work, when in reality that shit not gonna work. Seven of Swords upright. That's because they did too much damage and they know it. So what's gonna actually happen is they're gonna come, they wait until they get enough resources or finances or whatever the fuck. So they could come and they could pose like they already got shit figured out and shit to try to entice you to come work with them, right? It's all a big ass manipulation ploy to make them come and work with you, right? I mean, to make you come and work with them and low key make you forget about all the shit and kind of like wash away all the previous things that they done did. It's like an ultimate finesse. It's like they sweep everything under the rug and they get their magical person back. That's what's really gonna happen. That's really the plan. With the universe's interventions, what's actually gonna happen, the universe is actually slowing down their finances, is putting them in a space where no one understands what they're going through, and nobody do, because nobody ever had a person like you. So as you slowly increase your finances, ever so gradually, you're gonna get to a space where people actually starts to notice, like, oh shit, this flower is starting to bloom. Oh shit, this plant is starting to ripen. And then people is gonna start understanding what type of world you live in. Actually, your person will understand what type of world you live in. And that's gonna change your person forever, 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 forever. I'm gonna read a couple more cards and we're gonna wrap it. Gonna make it a wrap. You stand balanced, it stop people from coming in and projecting on you, putting weird ass energies on you that you can't understand, therefore manipulating you. But you stand balanced, other people can't get what they want from you so readily, so they're gonna have to force it out of you. And we both know what I'm talking about right now. It's gonna give you a chance to weed out the snakes and replace it with the grapes. Okay? Thank you for tuning in to Transit News. Until next time.